Hey, welcome to Flite Test. I'm Josh.
I'm Alex.
And I'm TJ.
And you know what? This is really cool. We have visited this format how many times? Since almost day one of Flite Test. We've been seeing things that are similar to a plane called a Skysurfer.
Skysurfer, yeah. I think since electric RC became a thing,
yes,
this plane has been there the whole way through through all of RC history.
Yeah, ever since the Skysurfer and the Easy Start, people have been modifying these things, making them FPV. Matter of fact, our favorite Swede, he did an incredible FPV footage with this. And people have been modifying it as time goes on. And we've been visiting those different renditions because frankly, they're just a phenomenal platform to get into, but also get into FPV, and you can grow with it for a long time.
Yeah, I think there's a reason why this style of design hasn't gone away, is because it's so good at everything.
Yeah.
It's durable, it's forgiving, but it's also a load of fun. Like if you can hop this up, these things will fly forever, and they're actually pretty fast too, which is pretty awesome.
Exactly.
It's got the pusher prop. They're great at combats. They're great. It's a jack of all trades, which is pretty cool. Now
with this plane has come a lot of hangups that people have modified around. One thing is the wings like to slide out. The fuselage, if you took a couple nosedives, it oftentimes split down the middle. They didn't always have a lot of battery capacity. You know, you'd have to kind of chew them out. Oftentimes the people would chop off a nose to get a good GoPro mount in there. And people would even do aftermarket components that they'd sell to make it, you know, work right.
Yeah.
Now the nice folks at Strix here, they went the extra mile and they put all these features into one. And the first time I've ever seen a molded fuselage in my life.
It's kind of interesting. It has a plastic fuselage, and my favorite thing about it too is the price point. It's at $139.
$139, ready for a receiver and battery, which is phenomenal.
I like the fact that the whole fuselage is hollow.
Yeah.
Completely hollow.
Yeah, completely hollow. You have the plywood
reinforcements.
Yeah, reinforcements, planks.
Yep.
You have one that's directly under the center of gravity for vector systems. I mean, just you could put anything in here. I mean, it's insane.
And I haven't crashed it yet, but it looks and it feels extremely durable.
Yep. Now what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be taking these up in their stock configuration. We basically dropped a receiver and we dropped a really basic FPV setup here that we're going to have some fun with in a moment and take it up for flying. One of the earliest things I noticed about my plane is when I'd fly like the Easy Star or the Skysurfer or the Bixler 1, the wings eventually kind of work their way out, and in midair they would fall off. And that's really awkward.
That's a problem.
This actually has 4 screws that hold down the wings, but also the whole top motor mount removes. And oftentimes when you burn through a motor or damage a motor, you'd have to kind of cut the whole thing open. This has 1 screw.
Yeah, it was a pain to replace the motor.
Yep.
Just like you said, 1 screw, motor pops right out, put a new one in.
Yep.
Really simple.
So there's a lot of specs that we can't mention right now because frankly we want to fly. We're going to give them to you right now. You guys are new into the hobby, one of the first things you always want to do is throw into the wind. It's kind of quartering backwards on us, so we're going to go ahead and launch. You want me to launch you? This way?
Yeah, if you want. It's probably safer.
Actually, this way.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's yeah. We got to throw it that way.
All right. You want me to launch you?
I got it. Well, I say I got it. We're going to try it.
I just launched my receiver.
Dude, what happened?
So if you launched a foam board airplane, or matter of fact, if you launched the original foam plane version of this with the with grabbing on the boom like you did, you would crack it in half.
Yeah?
Yeah, you launched it like right behind the motor.
Yeah.
What was that?
It's fine. It worked great. It worked great yesterday too.
All I could hear is how it sounded. It didn't sound great.
The plane wasn't bad. It hit my receiver and ripped it out of my goggles.
All right, so you guys want to form up? Are you guys under the hood yet?
We're not under the hood. I just wanted to feel this out, do a couple fast
line of
passes
sight
here.
first.
Now, as we talked about before, the plastic fuselage gives a lot more room. This can hold between a 3,000 and an 8,000 milliamp battery. What we actually did is we took 2 2,500 milliamp Hyperion 3 cells and we paralleled them together with a really cool parallel connector that we've done in the past. We even have a video on it we'll link down below. But this way you give a long, nice flight time and you get plenty of penetration in the wind and still a really good glide slope. How's it look, Alex?
Looks awesome.
This should honestly be a staple. Anytime you fly, you should always have a buddy flying a quad by you and chasing you, you know?
It is a really good way to like capture the flight, and it's also a ton of fun for both people.
And one thing I'm really excited about this is we have a Flite Test East coming up. We're going to keep these planes in one piece, and our goal is to make these buddy box machines so we can actually teach people how to fly, because it looks like they can take a hit.
Yeah, they definitely can.
Look at that. We have gusty wind today. It's doing great. Alex, you want to do a high-speed pass? You ready?
Yeah.
How's the quad flying, Alex?
Flying really good.
Look at that. Pull up. Woo. Now they did enlarge the control surfaces and the rudder and the elevator a little bit on this too, so you have a lot more throw authority, but it's not so touchy that it won't be a good beginner.
You guys want to group up?
Yeah. Line of sight group up. This is never ends well.
Yeah, right. Coming around the left here.
Look at that. That's so nice.
Yeah, we got to get under the goggles and do some real formation flying
Let's
here.
do that now. What do
I
you
think
say?
that's what they. So the Ready Made guys, they actually came to Flite Fest West. It
Yes.
was really cool because they weren't vending, they didn't sponsor. They literally just came. A couple of guys from Ready Made, and they were just camping out and flying and having a blast. And they actually had 3 of these things, and they would take them up 3 at a time. I think they were down at the FPV line. At least I hope they were. And they were flying in formation all around that whole racetrack that Flite Fest was on. And they just looked so cool, and it seemed like they were flying for like an hour. I'm sure it was more like 20-30 minutes, but they were up forever. Dude, somebody's wing is crooked.
Yeah, that's my tail when it hit me in the face.
No, it's your wing.
I'll say something's crooked, but it's flying great.
Oh yeah, it's your tail.
And it's still great. Yeah, that's
I love the fact that you're close enough that you can see that.
Your whole plane is cockeyed, dude.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's a sidewinder.
Yeah,
flying great.
We do have a video if you're a newbie and you've never
land.
launched a plane. We do have a video on that, so we can show you how to do that. Did you do a touch and go?
No.
He just did a touch.
Did a touch.
And
I did a
stay.
land. I'm gonna go grab my plane and
doing that,
get
Jeff.
ready for it.
So TJ basically, when he went to launch this, I think he kind of like did this kind of thing, didn't you?
Yeah, it slipped and I just grabbed
And
it through it.
When you're launching this, I know this looks intimidating with your hands in front of it, but grab it just ahead of the CG, point into the wind, and get yourself about 3/4 throttle and throw it at about a 30-degree angle up. The nice thing about that is if you have your radio in your hand and you throw this up, you can naturally bring it right down to your elevator, and by the time this starts dropping a little bit, you can catch it. So generally with wings, I like launching them like this, where you have your finger on the elevator. This one you really need to commit to your predominant hand to launch it. But just ahead of the CG, here's your CG, just ahead, 30 degrees up, into the wind, you'll have a perfect launch every time, and you won't knock your receiver off your goggles.
Yeah.
You know, head plates look funny, but they're still one of the most comfortable goggles in all the world. All right.
I noticed your goggles are bigger than mine.
All right. So whenever you guys, if you're new to the hobby, new to FPV, make sure you get a nice altitude in a direction that you're comfortable, that you can fly for a while. And man, I already see you. This is fantastic.
Yeah, dude. The quality on this camera is really good.
Yeah. So speaking of cameras, we're actually using a Swift 2 camera from RunCam, and we have a special Flite Test edition camera, Swift 2, coming very soon. It's going to have some really unique features. Also, we're comboing it with 2 different lenses, so you have either the option of a different field of view, or you have the option of a replacement. Whoa, geesh! That was you. Holy cow!
Hey man, how's it going?
I was here talking about cameras and you tried to kill me.
I peeked up into your
Yeah,
cockpit.
you peeked up all right. Hey, are you on me, TJ?
Yeah,
Yep.
you guys look really cool right now.
Awesome. I'm going to do a gentle turn to the left. So this is a no-frills camera. The neat thing is it gives you things like telemetry, where you can tap this in and you can actually have a telemetry feed. Right now I have a timer going where I can see the feed of the voltage supplied to the camera, and I can also see how long I've been flying. This is awesome.
Yeah, dude. You're right on me. Or well, I'm right on you rather.
Dude, this looks so awesome, man.
You know what I love is I got the fantail, I forgot about it. I can actually flip a switch.
You know what I love, dude? I love airplanes. These things look so cool.
So here's kind of a thing. If you've never flown FPV before and you're flying fixed wing, actually tilt your camera down just a touch. Get about 2/3 ground, 1/3 sky. The camera's going to focus better on the ground and give you more clarity. But also, you don't need to know what's in the sky as much as what's on the ground. It's going to give you a better field of view. And the only thing you got to know is align your horizon about 2/3 of the way up. Hi, Alex. You know, for no stabilization or anything on this thing is rock solid.
Especially with the wind. We have like some gusty crosswind going on.
So the VTX we're using right now is it's an FXT 799.
Yeah.
That says Flite Test on it now, which is pretty cool. But so we love TBS, but it's hard to get them in stock.
Yeah.
So we wanted something where we could have stock of it and have something to fly FPV. And so this is where it come into play. This is a 200 milliwatt VTX. And
kind of like a basic, simple, easy to use, but also really respected in the industry VTX.
Yep, really respected. It does really good. Like I said, 200 milliwatt, and the signal is really solid. And we're pushing these things pretty far out.
You guys are out there, man.
Yeah, dude.
And not to mention, we're super high in the sky.
Yeah. Now one thing, you know, a lot of people think more power is more quality. The TBS antennas we're using, I'm using a left-hand polarized, you're using a right-hand polarized. Major respect for the TBS antenna. And if you guys don't like spending a lot of money on the TBS, they have a new Pagoda system from Emax, which is also very respected as well.
Yeah, it's been doing really good for us.
I'm gonna come in for a battery swap.
This is, dude, we could probably fly a lot longer. You're really getting the hang of flying smooth, man. I love this pulling in behind you.
Thank you, brother.
So you actually have your antennas are mounted, or your camera's mounted the opposite of mine. You wanted the full FPV experience. So I have my camera ahead of me, so I'm looking at my camera, but my camera's getting an unobstructed view. You have a vice versa, where you have your camera behind.
Right.
So you're kind of recording what's going on in high def.
Yeah, so the Strix has multiple mounting options. It has the canopy, you can remove the top of it, and it has a little piece of wood you can mount everything to, kind of how you did.
Yeah.
And then it also comes with another little piece of plywood you can stick underneath or inside underneath the nose to give you a little bit of reinforcement. And that's what I did with mine and put the FPV camera on that. So my GoPro will have the FPV camera kind of in the footage.
Okay.
But I have the crystal clear, nothing in my view, and it's just other than beauty. And I love it. Now on yours, I believe you have the Runcam 2 kind of in the bottom of the view.
So what I have different with mine, I do see the camera, but I do actually have this on a switch where I can control, whenever I use my rudder, I can turn coordinate just like you were a real pilot. And along with that, I can also flip a switch and look to my left and look to my right. Like right now, you can see I'm following behind TJ, and my camera's moving. And I can turn that feature off. And then I can commit to going left or right.
Dude, I love this. This is such a fun experience.
You guys want to do some low formation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would probably look really cool. So I'm on, you guys. Every time we go to that end of the field, I get weird RF signal.
It's a tower, I think.
Yeah, I think it's the tower, plus all the power lines are down there.
This is so cool.
Lower. Lower.
So we want to count the beans?
Let's count some beans. Do some bean counting. It looks really cool with your shadows. Looks like a Microsoft screensaver. This
kind of mellow.
Blue, like the cloudy skies and the green.
I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna cut back, and then we'll give Christian a real good view.
One thing I really like about flying a fixed wing with 4 channels compared to a wing is you have yaw control. So normally, if you're flying a wing, you kind of got to bank and yank and get lined up, unless you're flying the Kraken with differential thrust. But this, if I need to go ahead and just kind of scoot a little bit, I can use my yaw control a little bit and get really tight on you and keep you behind me. This is so cool.
Come around and go a little bit lower.
All right, let's stress test these things.
Well, I'm done stress testing. I'm gonna try to.
Oh my gosh! Who was that?
That was me.
Dude, you came. You touched me.
I touched
you took me under your wing. That's so nice.
All right, I'm coming in for a landing because I don't have no juice.
Ooh, dead stick landing. I'm right on you. I'm
around.
following you all the way down, man. Wingman never leaves his fellow pilot alone.
This thing, the glide slope is so far. Holy crap.
You're still going, aren't you?
That was awesome.
I finally landed.
Nice landing, dude. That was sick.
Thank you, sir.
I was
halfway across the field when you said, let's really push them. I went full throttle and I had nothing. And so I just dead sticked it from like halfway across the field to probably 50 yards down on our left. It flew so far.
Holy cow, it's still going. There we go.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's a really good plane.
It's fantastic. So 2 planes went up and 2 came down, plus a quadcopter. No mid-airs.
Yeah.
Nothing
we were working hard at it too.
Nothing out in the bean field either, which is always a plus.
Yeah, I didn't have to walk today.
It was great. Now this is a really cool thing. We've come over this platform so many times. I honestly think this is the best rendition of this format that I've ever seen. And also big respect to the nice folks at Strix, or it's ReadyMade, right?
Yep, ReadyMade, yep.
Yeah, big respect for them because they actually gave a lot of praise to the Skysurfer, talked about where they came from, their inspiration. They didn't just take an existing mold and then put some product on it and call it a new thing. So they really innovated, they've created something new. We're looking forward to actually doing more content with this, showing you how you can actually upgrade it, how you can learn how to fly, and using this as a staple for teaching people how to fly at Flite Test East, Flite Test West, maybe even Flite Test South. We do realize because this is a beginner platform, beginner FPV, that there's going to be a lot of confusion and intimidation. Look down below. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be coupling up electronics to not only get you in the hobby as affordably as possible, but also get you the best gear that you can grow with so you can advance very quickly.
So we want to thank you guys for watching, and thanks for subscribing. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you do so. We do new episodes all the time, sometimes 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6 episodes a week. So make sure you guys subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Dude,